So picture this. You're stuck in KL traffic.
Ugh, the absolute worst.
Right. You're on the federal highway, your phone is just like buzzing constantly with urgent work texts, and your stress levels are absolutely peaking. Now, if someone told you to practice mindfulness right at that exact moment, you'd probably just laugh in their face.
Oh, totally. Because, we've been conditioned to think mindfulness requires this perfect, uninterrupted silence.
Yeah, like burning incense and a full hour of meditation in a quiet Zen garden.
Exactly, which is just an impossible standard for, well, anyone trying to navigate a busy life.
But today, we're doing a deep dive into source material that completely flips that whole idea on its head. We're looking at the Mindfulgym program.
Yes, the Mindfulgym program.
It's an evidence-based initiative created by consultant psychiatrist Dr. Phang Cheng, and it's backed by a ton of local scientific studies, customized specifically for our multi-ethnic Malaysian community.
Which is so important to have that local context.
It really is. So the mission of this deep dive is to transform mindfulness from this rare retreat activity into a practical cognitive life skill that you can just deploy instantly.
Right, because the entire foundation of Mindfulgym is built for people with chaotic, imperfect schedules. I mean, Dr. Phang argues that mindfulness should be on the go and on demand.
On demand, I like that.
Yeah, think of it like streaming Astro or Netflix on your phone. You don't need a huge home theater to watch a show anymore.
Right, you just pull it up wherever you are when you need a break.
Exactly. And the text actually uses a really unexpected, but honestly brilliant comparison for this. It compares on-the-go mindfulness to breastfeeding.
Wait, breastfeeding? Really?
I know it sounds funny at first, but the logic is profoundly compassionate. Like you breastfeed whenever and wherever the baby needs it, right? To provide nourishment.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So in that exact same way, you practice mindfulness wherever you are, like in crowded hospital pantries or in your car or rushing down a busy corridor. You just do it to feed the mind and soothe the heart. It's immediate practical care.
Okay, so if we apply that to real life, I do have to play devil's advocate for our listener for a second here.
Sure, go for it.
If you tell our listener to actively practice mindfulness in the middle of, say, a loud, chaotic wet market, won't forcing them to pay attention to all that noise just completely spike their anxiety?
Well, that assumes mindfulness means absorbing all the chaos, and it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, not at all. When you intentionally observe a noisy environment, you aren't absorbing it. You're really just labeling the stimuli. So by observing the noise without reacting to it, you actually stop your brain from releasing stress hormones.
Like cortisol.
Exactly. You break that autopilot loop of panic. And Dr. Phang uses a fantastic local metaphor to illustrate this. He says, life is a cup of Cham.
Oh, wow. A cup of Cham. I see where this is going.
Right. So life is this literal mix of bitter coffee and sweet tea.
So the bitter coffee represents the unavoidable stress, like the traffic we talked about, the loud market, the crazy deadlines.
And the sweet tea is the joy, the rewarding moments.
Which means when the listener is standing in that noisy market, mindfulness isn't about pretending the bitter coffee isn't there.
Exactly. It's about managing the mixture so the bitterness doesn't just completely overpower the sweet tea. You acknowledge the stress without letting it ruin the whole drink.
That is such a great way to look at it. But how do we actually manage that mixture on the fly?
Well, the program provides actionable tools to use in any situation. And the primary one is the Mindful Sufta P tool. So that stands for stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed.
Okay, stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed. But if the goal is to manage that bitter stress rather than escape it, how does taking a single breath actually train your brain to do that? I mean, it sounds almost too simple to be effective.
The simplicity is actually the mechanism here. So when you get triggered by a frustrating situation, your nervous system jumps straight into a fight or flight response.
Right, the whole panic mode.
Yeah, but taking just one conscious breath acts as a physiological reset. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which literally slows your heart rate down.
Oh, I get it. And then you observe your own physical tension.
Exactly. And finally, you proceed with a conscious choice rather than just a knee-jerk reaction.
So you're building cognitive resilience on the go. Like you can literally do this by taking one conscious breath in the car park right before a really tough meeting.
And that is the exact through line across all the local scientific studies supporting Mindfulgym. You absolutely do not need a quiet room to restructure how your brain handles stress.
It's a muscle you build right in the middle of your daily routine.
Precisely.
Well, let's distill the three main takeaways from the program for our listener. Number one, start exactly where you are. No Zen garden required.
Number 2, practice on the go and on demand. Flex that mindfulness muscle anytime, anywhere, in literally any situation.
And number 3, mindfulness requires repetition, not perfection. Be gentle with yourself as you build the habit and just keep going.
Those are great. And super doable.
Definitely. So here is our call to action for you. The next time you are stuck in a massive traffic jam or just waiting for your Techam at the local Kabat-Zinn, resist the urge to instantly doom scroll on your phone.
Yes, please put the phone down.
Instead, practice just one mindful breath. Use that S to T tool.
Because it really comes down to basic mental maintenance.
Which leaves us with this final thought. You would never let your smartphone battery drop to 1% without desperately looking for a plug.
Right.
So why do you wait until your mind is completely blent out before giving it a single moment to recharge?